Hi there, Jimmy Brown from Guitar World here with another episode of String Theory and this latest series of lessons on rhythmic organization and structures entitled I Got Rhythm, Part 19. Last time we learned how to play and count eighth note triplets, for which a beat is subdivided into three equally spaced notes, as indicated by an italic 3. As you recall, we learned two different ways to count them in 4/4 meter. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, or 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. We then saw how eighth note triplets provide the rhythmic foundation and undercurrent for what are known as swing eighth notes, or simply swing eighths, for which you attack only the first and third notes of the eighth note triplet set, with that middle note being tied to the first note. This gives you that lopsided long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short sound that, when paired with accents on beats 2 and 4, produces that classic blues shuffle feel or groove. Boo, da ka, da do, da ka, da do. Today, I'd like to continue exploring this topic and introduce another interesting and important subdivision that's based on eighth note triplets, and that is quarter note triplets. Quarter note triplets are eighth note triplets in halftime, meaning they're half as fast. And the way that works is you take 2 beats of eighth note triplets, totaling 6 notes, and play only the first, third, and fifth notes, or every other note, which are spread out across 2 beats. Let's look at the process in stages using some simple E minor pentatonic melodies. Here's our first example, figure 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we begin with a repeating 3-note idea or motif using notes E, D, and B, 1 and a, played in a descending contour on each beat. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Then in bar 2, we remove the B note, shortening the motif to only 2 notes, E and D. And then we toggle back and forth between them while keeping the eighth note triplet rhythm going. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. Now, if we were to play these notes in a regular eighth note rhythm, like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, the pattern would be even and short and rather uninteresting, right? Just simple bump, 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 bump. But since we're playing them as eighth note triplets, an interesting and tricky sounding 2s on 3s Hemiola pattern occurs. And the 3-note sequence on beat 1, E, D, E, 1 and inverts or flips on beat 2, 2 and then flips again on beats 3 and 4. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and And due to the melodic contour, meaning the shape of the line, you only have 2 notes here, right? So it's going up and down. The higher E note is naturally emphasized, and so the 2-beat pattern implies a quarter note triplet rhythm within the stream of eighth note triplets. It's that same kind of rhythm within a rhythm concept we had explored several lessons back when we were looking at syncopation chains built from dotted eighth note and dotted 16th note accent patterns, only now we're applying the concept to triplets. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 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 1, 2, 3, 4. In this example, we start off continuing the pattern from bar 2 of figure 1. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Only now we're adding pull-offs, which further emphasize the E note and de-emphasize the D notes. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Then in bar 2, we get rid of the D notes altogether and replace them with tied E's, meaning we just hold the E note longer, which gives us that signature slow motion sound of quarter note triplets. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1. And then you'll notice the different simpler notation used in beats 3 and 4 for what sounds like the very same rhythm as that in beats 1 and 2, right? With the 2 tied eighths now replaced by a single quarter note that falls within that triplet bracket. And then finally in bar 3, we further consolidate the note values to eliminate any remaining ties, and now have the standard and most economical notation for quarter note triplets, which is simply 3 quarter notes grouped together within a triplet bracket across 2 beats. Regarding rhythmic notation, bear in mind that with any kind of triplet, you're taking the duration of a regular note value and compressing it into a smaller space that's 2/3 or 66.6666% of it relative to the beat. For example, a regular quarter note lasts for a full beat, right? Whereas a quarter note triplet only takes up 2/3 of the beat because we're fitting 3 of them in the space of 2 beats. So they have to kind of crowd together. They're equally spaced apart. Likewise, a regular eighth note lasts a half a beat, and an eighth note triplet lasts 1/3 of a beat. Why? Because you're squeezing 3 of them into the duration of 1 beat. They have to share. By the way, a little fun fact, in music theory, a regular eighth note is also known as a duplet, which kind of sounds like a dumpling or something you would want to eat. Today's last example, figure 3, illustrates another cool thing you can do with quarter note triplets. Again, I'll present the process in stages. I'll play it first and analyze what's going on here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 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 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we start off in bar 1 by playing 2 beats of eighth note triplets with a pull-off from E to D followed by B, played on the G string's 4th fret. 1 triplet, 2 triplet. Then on beats 3 and 4, we omit the D note and switch to a shorter 2-note motif, E-B, 3 and played in a swing eighths rhythm, but indicated here with triplet notation for the sake of visual analysis, with the E note now held twice as long as before and written as a quarter note inside the triplet bracket. 3 and 4 and And then in bar 2, we additionally double the duration of each B note, which creates that slowing down effect overall. 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and Notice how the pattern now flips every 2 beats and creates a kind of staggered sound, as if you're kind of walking and tripping, but somehow managing to stay on your feet. And finally, bar 3 shows the same rhythm as bar 2, notated as streamlined quarter note triplets. Triplet, triplet, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there you have it. I'm Jimmy Brown. Have a nice triplet. See you soon.